Frederica, although President Obama was adamant that there would be no more combat for U.S. troops by the end of this year, this new order could, in effect, reverse that if U.S. troops need to act if they are threatened by the Taliban or some other group. I want to play for you what President Obama said in the Rose Garden in May when he was announcing that drawdown. Listen.
I've made it clear that we're open to cooperating with Afghans on two narrow missions after 2014. Training Afghan forces and supporting counterterrorism operations against the remnants of al-Qaeda.
Now, this new order expands on those counterterrorism operations. I want to read to you a little bit of a statement that we got from a senior administration official this morning explaining this. That official says, as part of this mission, the United States may provide combat enabler support to the Afghan National Security Forces in limited circumstances to prevent detrimental strategic effects to these Afghan security forces. Then that official goes on to say, while we will no longer target belligerents solely because they are members of the Taliban, to the extent that Taliban members directly threaten the United States and coalition forces in Afghanistan or provide direct support to al-Qaeda, we will take appropriate measures to keep Americans safe. And what we also have understood is that the reason the administration feels this is necessary is because they learned a big lesson from Iraq in that after pulling out of Iraq, after the U.S. pulled out of Iraq, it left the conditions for groups like ISIS and the Khorasan to be created there in Iraq, and they want to avoid that same sort of thing in Afghanistan, Fred.